Welcome to the 6-week yoga challenge with Tamara. This is week 1 of 6. I've prepared a standing practice for us today. We're in mountain pose, allowing our arms to sweep into the back space, and then we squat into a prayer squat. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, prayer squat. I'd like you to listen to your body today, and anytime you do a yoga video with me, if something hurts, please stop. You can modify so that the practice fits your body best. Swan dive, halfway down, letting the hands rest on the thighs or the shins, and we arch and round our spine. Hands on the hips and rise, lifting the left knee up. And you can hold behind the thigh or let the arm out so we can rotate the ankle in both directions. Moving to the other side, rotating the ankle in both directions. From mountain pose, hands to the heart, and then the foot goes down. So we're lifting right knee, left knee. Just practicing moving in and out of mountain pose with a high knee lift. And the higher your knee goes, the more sensation you'll feel in your core. And if you want, do a full leg kick. Left hand to the heart, right hand to the navel, and we're turning the head from side to side. Okay, from mountain pose, we lift the arms up and we step the left foot back. So now we're moving in and out of lunge pose, reverse lunge. Hands to the heart with a knee lift, and then the arms go back as the left leg extends back. The arms sweep down from below. And maybe a kick. Stepping back to hold lunge pose now. And letting the hands come to the front corners of the mat. Left foot steps forward. Reverse swan dive up. And hands to heart. Other side. Right knee comes up. And then the right leg stretches back as the arms sweep back from below. Whoop. And then we've got hands at the heart when the knee comes forward. So again, we're trying to activate the core, get some dynamic balance going with some reverse lunges. And maybe a leg kick at the end there. Stepping back to hold the lunge pose. The arms rise. We lower the shoulders and then swan dive forward. Bringing the right foot to the front of the mat. Letting the head go side to side. And then walking the hands up to the hips. Soften the knees. Or maybe you can keep the hands on the legs. Bend the knees and lift the arms to half chair pose. And then we swan dive. So this flow is half chair pose, arms extended, and then folding, forward fold. So the hips are above the knees or in line when we lower into that squat. Arms forward by the ears, fully extended, will be the most sensation for our back. But you could always, if you prefer, have hands stay to the hips or hands just come into prayer, and that'll be a little less. So now here we're moving into a chair balance, heels up. And release the heels down. Having a side bend here, letting the left hand circle the right wrist. And then the other side, right hand circling left wrist. Good. All right, hands on the hips, and we're stepping the left foot back, this time to a warrior one. Still, feet should be hip distance apart. Arms come out to our sides. Raise up by the ears, and then lower back into airplane. Arms extending forward, and then we pull a prayer into the heart and lift the body. So rising warrior one, coming halfway down, airplane arms, warrior three arms, and then bringing the hands back into the heart and lifting the chest. Continue halfway down, arms sweeping forward, pulling a prayer into the heart and lifting the chest. And then we rise into airplane, lifting the back leg up. You could always have the toe on the mat if that's what the balance is right now. And then arms rise, knee lifts, and we're in mountain pose. Hands to heart, left hand on the heart, right hand on the navel. Turn head right, turn head left, right, and left. Coming to center. And the other side, arms up, right knee up, stretching the right foot back to take the shape of warrior one with the arms up by the ears, and then letting the arms sweep back like airplane wings to draw forward and to pull the prayer to the heart. So inhaling the arms up by the ears, lowering the body to halfway, sweeping the arms forward, hands come into the heart. Rise, warrior one, airplane, warrior three arms, Anjali Mudra, hands to heart. Arms rise, Virabhadrasana, Digasana. We're lifting into airplane again. Right leg back, left knee is micro bent, and the arms sweep up, the right knee up, and then we're in mountain pose again, Tadasana. Okay, here we go into the balancing pigeon, Kapotasana. We put the left ankle onto the right thigh, folded forward, let the hips reach back so it's kind of like a squat and a forward fold. The key thing is we want to feel a stretch on the left external hip rotator. Okay, and rising out of that, mountain pose. And let's do that on the other side. So pick up the right knee and put the right ankle on the left thigh. Hands to heart. And we're letting hips go back and folding forward. And decide where it feels good to have your hands, to the heart or reaching down toward the floor. Hands come back up to the heart so that we can plan our exit. Planning and mountain pose. All right, so for this one, showing the bent knee option first, and you can hold the pose right there. Or if you can get to your foot or have a strap handy to help you get to your foot, you can go into the fuller expression of Uttita Hasta Padangustasana, or extended hand to big toe pose. Got the left hand on the foot and the leg extended, or your hand is on the knee and the knee is bent. And the right arm is out to the side. Could have been on your hip. Just showing you the different ways you can modify. Okay, from mountain pose, we prepare to come into the other side. Right knee lifts, and the right knee comes out to the side, bent, or reaching for the foot and extending the leg, releasing the left arm from the hip if you want to. And then what else can you do? Lowering the shoulders, lifting the chest, soften the standing knee. You can even add a smile. And let that go. All right. Arms rise and circle back. And then we'll let the left arm be on top for the shoulder pull. Backs of the hands bind or palms binding. So we're now practicing Garudasana, or the eagle pose. Starting just with the upper body, lowering the elbows, feeling a stretch in the upper back. And then the left foot comes across. The toe can stay on the ground, or you can wrap the foot behind the standing leg for full expression. And if you sit a little bit more deeply, you could feel more in the hips. And coming out, feet in mountain pose again, and we'll counter pose by bringing hands behind the back and just reach for opposite elbows. Draw the shoulder blades together. Good. All right, coming to the other side. Right arm is on top, having the shoulder pull, backs of the hands or the palms for our arm bind. Lower the elbows, soften the knees. The right toe comes across to land or to tuck the whole foot behind the other leg, having the foot connecting with the calf. Non-moving focal points, really handy. And already coming out of eagle pose. All right, so let's open up to the broad side of the mat so that we can come into Prasarita Padottanasana, or the wide-legged bend. So we'll start with the Ustrasana variation, having camel be part of it. That's the back bend, hands supporting the low back, heart lifted. And now we're coming forward. Interlacing the hands behind if you can. If not, you can put a towel or a strap in there. And having a forward fold with the arms drawing forward. But, depending on your flexibility, how forward they go is going to depend on you. I wouldn't overstretch. In fact, if you want to, lift and lower like this. You're flossing the shoulders, just coming up and down, but not trying to get them to the ground. Now we're adding the squat. So when we come forward, we'll fold. And here's another variation where you can fold into the right leg. Just to get more inner thigh stretch. And then over to the left leg, same. Perfect. Hands to hips, And then we rise up and return to the front of the mat. Ooh, and take a moment. Sometimes when you get up quickly, you could have sparkles. So just breathe deep and bring hands onto the sacral center and turn the head from side to side slowly. Okay, so lunging the left foot back so we can have a twist. Bringing the left hand down to the ground, or if you can't reach the ground, maybe pause the video and get a block under there or something that can lift you. And we're lifting and lowering the right arm. And then tucking it behind the back so that we can stretch the shoulder. You could bring the back knee down if you'd rather, or keep it up. Open the throat a little bit. Okay. And stepping the left foot forward. And going right onto the other side. The right foot lunges back. The right hand is down. And the left arm is lifting and lowering. And it's not just the arm. You're letting the ribs flow back too. So feeling a torso twist. Tucking the arm behind the back. And release. Right foot comes forward. And we have our elbows and hands connected and then lifting them overhead. And we'll just circle those arms overhead to the side and down. And then reverse the direction. Good. All right. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. Just coming to mountain pose for a couple of breaths. And you made it. Week 1. Thank you for being here for the Yoga Challenge and for yourself. I'm Tamara with mindbodynow.com. Bye.